You guys, I turned 28 this week, and I love birthdays because I'm kind of like naturally a reflective person. I'm someone that is naturally like every day of my life looking ahead to the future and reflecting on the past. And so I like birthdays because it's kind of a formal time to do that, right? Anytime you're changing age, anytime you're entering a new chapter, it's just kind of a formal time to think, okay, like what is this next chapter gonna be? And what do we think about the previous chapter? And I know each year doesn't have to be, and it honestly shouldn't be, it's like brand new chapter, but it always is an opportunity for a new chapter. So I just wanted to bring you guys along for this whole week. My birthday isn't for a few days, but it is President's Day weekend. So I'm lucky I get a nice 3-day weekend before my birthday. And this weekend has already been such a good one. On Friday, Miles and I went to like this kind of like nighttime outdoor market. We got some poke for dinner, and it was just like a really nice casual Friday night. Saturday morning was the perfect slow life morning. I popped in a few more of those biscuits I made last week, and we made eggs and bacon. Who was gonna tell me that bacon is so good? It was just all around such a good morning that went into such a good day. Our hike was fantastic. It was a new one for us. We're venturing off the track. We went to lunch. At lunch, I completely forgot to film the main event. We had some really good pizza, and I had some root beer. And you guys, root beer, like why aren't we drinking it all the time? You know when you like rediscover something that you knew you loved? Like that's what happened with me and that root beer. It's been a good day. We just had some dinner at home. Now we're gonna go see a movie. We're gonna go see Poor Things. I've heard good things about it, so I'm excited. How do I describe that movie? Poor Things, I'll say, is really well done. Like it is so cohesive, from the set design to costumes to the dialogue. Like it is such a good movie. It's very, very well made. Now when it comes to the plot, the theme, what was going on in the movie, it was a little weird. It was a little weird. One of my favorite parts about going to movies and like seeing movies in theaters is always the drive home from the movie theater, because that's a time when you're naturally, like you're in the car and it's a natural time to discuss like what you thought, you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you watch a movie at home, there isn't that like natural discussion time. You kind of just move on to the next thing. You're in your space, you just like continue living your life. But going to the movie theaters and then having to drive home, there's always that moment of discussion. And Miles and I did have our moment of discussion for Poor Things, but we were kind of like, okay, let's move on. We really didn't want to like dwell in the world of the movie for too long. So it was a good movie. I would say if you're in the mood for something like weird, I would say go for it, but it is gonna take your mind to some weird places. So yeah, this morning we had another slow morning. We watched soccer while we ate our breakfast, and today I think we're gonna head to the mall. Harry Styles was at the game we were watching, and let me just say, I don't think we're gonna hear any chirping on the internet about how many times they showed Harry Styles. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, now we're gonna head to the mall. I have a lot of goals for 28, and most of my goals are like in my own brain, you know what I mean? Like a lot of my goals of how I want to shift going into this year and just like continue what I've worked on last year, a lot of those are like mental things. They're outlook things. They are just like personality things. But I won't lie, I do also have a goal of like upping my look a little bit. So we're gonna head to the mall. I want to get a few new tops, maybe a new sweater, maybe something I can wear to my birthday dinner with my friends that's gonna be later this week, you know, and just work on like vamping up my look, my style, you know? But like I said, I am very reflective in general, but I am very extremely reflective around my birthday. So I'm just gonna bring you guys through this whole week and just like bring you along on my thought process throughout my birthday week. Disclaimer, this is not gonna be a video about freaking out about getting older, because no, I don't prescribe to that dialogue. I love getting older. I feel like I'm honestly aging into my personality the older I get. So if you're worried that this is where this video is gonna go, it's not. You're in for a good ride, okay? So yeah, let's dive into the birthday weekend. A very successful little shopping trip. I only have so much patience when it comes to the mall. I feel like I have a good 4 stores in me before I start getting overstimulated, overwhelmed, tired, hungry, angry. Like I only have a certain amount of time with it, you know? So first I went to Zara, tried a few things on. Well, first I went to H&M, but H&M, it was really not giving the vibes. So H&M I came up short, but Zara, I got this cute little, very thin sweater turtleneck situation. I thought this would be just such a cute casual top to throw on. I love the pleats. I feel like it just elevates it just that little touch, and I love the cream. I'm in a neutral era, so this was a really good find. I might wear this to my birthday on Friday, not sure yet. Then we went to Good American, and you guys, Good American jeans. If you are a girl like me who struggles, like I really struggle with finding jeans that are able to fit my butt and my waist, and I feel like I don't even have that like crazy of dimensions, but jean shorts, I struggle with it all to like fit good in my waist, hips area, and also my butt. Like it's literally the bane of my existence, but Good American is the closest I've come to fitting. I think it's because all of their jeans are just a little bit stretchy, and I found these nice long super wide leg, like almost black gray jeans, and when I tell you guys that these are so soft, they literally feel like sweatpants. Like they are so soft, so comfortable, but when you have them on, they just give the look of like a very, like, how do I describe it? Just the silhouette of these is just a little bit elevated from your usual jean because of the wide leg. It just really elongates my body. I still will need to tailor the bottom. They're just a little long for me. And I think while I'm there, I think I will have them take in the waist a little bit just because it does fit right now, but because of how stretchy these are, I know after a few wears, it's gonna be a little loose in the waist for me. So I think I might just tighten it up a little bit just so that as I wear them, it'll be nice vibe. So yeah, I just got those two things, and that's kind of how I want to approach shopping in this new year for me. I don't want to go crazy. I don't want to do any hauls. I don't want to like get big bulk amount of items. But what I do want to do is throughout the year, pick up a few pieces at a time, a few pieces that I really love, and just slowly over time kind of evolve the wardrobe. I feel like every time that I try and go big with it, I just end up buying things that don't necessarily fit into my wardrobe, or they don't necessarily fill the holes I was looking for, or they just straight up aren't my style. I think they're gonna be my style, but they're just not. Like I want to go slower with this, but I do think for 28 I want to slowly evolve the style a little bit. Right now I'm very cozy, very comfy, and I don't want to change that, but I want to be cozy, comfy, and also elegant. I want to be cozy, comfy, and also chic, you know what I mean? Like I think those two things totally possible. Already know this at this point, but rainy days feed my soul. So this day is honestly just the perfect birthday treat. We have been doing nothing but bumming around the house, and Miles ended up giving me my present a day early. It's a bit of a craft, and since we have the day off, since it's rainy, it's honestly the perfect day to do something like this. So let me show you. Yes, this is what it looks like. This is about 6 gallons of wine, or well, it will be in about a month. This is an at-home wine fermentation kit, and this is honestly just like the perfect present. You guys know I'm in my hobbies era, so this is honestly the perfect type of gift for me. The kit came with juice, so we popped in juice. We added a couple cups of warm water, mixed it around, filled it up to the top. Then we ended up sprinkling in some smoked cedar and some like flavoring stuff to give it a kind of a fuller body, since we obviously don't have an oak barrel. So we put some of that in just to like spice it up a little bit. And we sprinkled in the yeast and made it all airtight, and so that's gonna sit there for 5 more days. Then in 5 days we need to move it to a different container, needs to sit for like 14 more days. It's gonna be a process, but if we do this right, in about a month we're gonna have like 30 bottles of wine, which is just so exciting because obviously I love wine, but I also just love like making and doing things myself. So this is so perfect. I'm so excited to see like how this turns out. We're leaving in the hallway because unfortunately we don't have air conditioning. So our apartment does fluctuate in temperature pretty often. It's a good thing we're not trying to do this in the summer. It would be way too insane to do this in the summer, but we're thinking our hallway is kind of the most stable zone in our apartment because the rooms kind of fluctuate a lot, but we're thinking the hallway probably our best bet at getting the temperature the most stable. So that's where we popped it, and that's where it's going to be, just fermenting in our hallway for about 30 days. But yeah, I'm so excited. That's how we spent our morning this morning. And yeah, now I just kind of want to chat to you guys because I love birthdays in general, because obviously birthdays are just fun, but I also just love like the reflective nature of birthdays. Like most of my life, I'm kind of like an idea person, right? Like I'm like a visualizer, right? So like most of my life, I'm like thinking ahead to the future, and I'm wondering like, what's my next apartment gonna look like? What city are we gonna live in next? I'm wondering like, what's gonna happen with my career? What's gonna happen with Miles's career? Like I'm always thinking ahead and wondering like, what's gonna happen next? And so I know that at some point in the past, I was looking ahead to literally this moment in the future, wondering like, what is 28 gonna be like? What is my life gonna be like when I'm 28? And I just love that I can sit here and feel like I know that answer, right? Like, it's not necessarily about being right or wrong for what I thought my life was gonna be, but it's just a sense of ease that I get to like answer that question in general. You know what I mean? Like right now I find myself thinking like, what's my life gonna be like when I'm at 30? And I have so many different ideas, I have so many different guesses. And when I turn 30, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna have that answer. Like, that's how I feel right now being 28. Like, my past self has her answer, you know? And I don't even honestly remember where I thought I was gonna be, but it's cool to know that like this is where I am. And I think that's honestly how we should view aging. Like, we shouldn't be looking to the future trying to like prescribe where we're gonna be. We shouldn't be trying to like compare ourselves to like the thoughts and the wants of our past. Like, I think it's just cool to know like, oh, this is where I am now. And whether that's further than I thought I was gonna be, or maybe I didn't reach what I thought I was gonna do, none of that really matters. And honestly, I don't give that part of it too much thought. It's like anything I thought of in the past, like that was just a guess. And it's an uninformed guess. Like anything I'm thinking about for the future right now, I'm using the knowledge I have of this moment, but I don't have the knowledge of tomorrow. I don't have the knowledge of next week. I don't have the knowledge of 3 months. Like, it's an uninformed guess. So obviously odds are we're gonna be in a different place than we thought we were gonna be. And that's okay. And more importantly, like, I think that's cool. I think that's cool that all we can do is guess, but odds are we're never gonna guess where we're actually gonna end up. And that's why I honestly, genuinely, like, I get so excited about aging because I get to figure it out. I get to figure out what happens next. Like, I'm excited to see where the story of my life goes. And the older I get, the more of the story I know. And I also just feel like in my soul that I'm like aging into my personality. I've said this before, but I feel like I genuinely have like an older soul. Like, I love just living a slower life. I love prioritizing just like good relationships, good conversations. I love having a good meal. I like taking the time to do something meaningful. Of course, I can get caught up in a hustle and bustle from time to time, like we all can, but that's not really how I like to like exist. I like to have my life be very peaceful, be very calm. And I feel like as people age, just in general, their life does get a little more calm. And so I just feel with each year that I like get authentically closer and closer age-wise to my own personality. Like spending an extra day off on a President's Day weekend, making wine in my hallway, that feels so much more authentic to a 28-year-old than a 22-year-old. But I was wanting to do that stuff when I was 22, you know? So I feel like I'm just finally like settling into things. And honestly, like with my age, I have so much like less care for like what's normal, what's cool. So even as a 28-year-old, if doing that in my hallway on a random Monday off is not like the norm, I don't really care about the norm anymore. I'm just like, hey, this is what I like, this is what I'm gonna do. And that vibe, more than anything else, more than any goal I have, that vibe is what I really want to carry into 28. I'm gonna do me, I'm gonna do what makes me happy, even if that's lame. That's what I'm gonna do. It's my birthday. It might be a work day, but I am staying comfy today. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about that. 28 is actually so crazy. Like, I'm a full-blown adult now. There's no getting around that. But also, like, I'm a full-blown adult now. There's no getting around that. Like, you can take that 2 ways. But I think 27 for me was a year where at the start of the year, I really prioritized simplifying things. I feel like I've always known that I like a simpler life. I've always known that less is more. And I've always known that like the genuine things are the things that make me happy. But I feel like prior to 27, although I knew all that about myself, I really wasn't prioritizing that. And so I'm really proud of last year because last year is the first year that I really started prioritizing all of that. I looked at my life and it was pretty chaotic, right? I looked at the lay of the land and then I just started paring back and paring back and paring back. And now I feel like as though I'm starting 28 in a very like clean slate kind of situation. Like last year was kind of like my closet decluttering era of life. Like instead of decluttering the closet, I was just decluttering life. And now I'm just sitting here kind of looking at the pristine closet, looking at the very stripped back wardrobe that is my like very simple life. And I think for 28, now that I've got things really simple, now that my life is very, very straightforward, I think I want to slowly reintroduce things into my life and slowly build my life back up, but in a very intentional way. Like I can kind of look at the state of my life and put my energy in very pinpointed places to make it now like the fruitful life that I want. I'm talking about how simple and decluttered my life is, literally while my camera is saying cart is full, you need to delete stuff. Like clearly it's still a work in progress. And I think areas that I can build up this year are definitely self-expression. I want to be like unapologetically myself. Like this is me, here I am sitting on my couch talking to a camera, this is me. And I want to just say like, this is how I feel, this is what I like, this is what I would prefer. I want to say that and lead with confidence. So I definitely want to focus on being true to myself myself and always checking in with myself to make sure that I'm being true to myself. I feel like it's easy to kind of just like go through the motions and assume you're being true to yourself when in reality you haven't checked in a while, and you can kind of look up and be like, oh wait, this isn't what I want to be doing, or this doesn't feel authentic, or this isn't what I meant. So definitely a priority for me is self-expression, self-improvement. I also want to be a little more adventurous. We started our year in Europe, going to countries we've never been to before, eating foods we've never been to before, and that just kind of ignited this sense in me that like I don't need to be in Europe to do things like that. I can explore new restaurants and new foods literally wherever I am. Even though I've lived in this city for 6 years, there is always new places to go and new things to try. I feel like last year I was so focused on stripping my life back and just getting it simple that I lost like just a touch of like exploration. And now that things are simple, and now that I have space, and now that my mind is clear, like now I actually have the energy to go out and explore and do those new things. Like if I would have been trying to prioritize this at the end of last year, I think things would have been very chaotic. It would have been getting towards like burnout zone, just because I had so many areas of my life that was sucking so much energy that if I tried to expend more energy on top of that, it was just gonna get crazy. But now that I've reclaimed that energy, I have more energy to go out and explore in a way that's not gonna burn me out. It's not gonna be overwhelming. And as much as it's crazy that this whole process has taken a full year of like cutting the clutter in order to rebuild, like I would have loved to be able to do that in a weekend, like cut things out and then intentionally add things in. But that's not how life works. Sometimes you need to slowly evolve over time. And this year, I think I finally have the clarity to like find newness within the same, if that makes any sense. So I just really want to prioritize that aspect, that you can find newness no matter where you are. You can have adventure no matter where you are. And you can be exploring no matter where you are. Because like recently I've been feeling a little stuck because I feel like I'm really ready in my soul for like a new environment. But you can't just pick up and leave right when you're ready for a new environment. You know, it's got to be right for your life. It's got to be right for the circumstances. But I don't want to be just sitting around waiting to explore while I'm just like waiting for those circumstances to align. You know, I can do it right now. This time of year also makes me reflect because not only is it my birthday, but it's also our anniversary. My birthday is today on the 20th and our anniversary is in 2 days on the 22nd. Why Miles did that to himself, I don't know. He's just got one after the other. But so this time of year has also got me reflecting on our relationship and how far we've come. Like this year is our 4th anniversary and I'm just so proud of how far we've come. Obviously now we're engaged, but regardless of that, I'm just so proud at how we've evolved as like a team. And I feel like going into this year, our 4th year, my 28th year, I feel like we're more of a team than we've ever been. And with us being such a team and with both of us as individuals being so in line with like what we want, I think we have like the perfect storm brewing for such a great like next chapter to begin. And so we'll see where it takes us. I think a lot of things could change in this next year, but also even if circumstances stay the same, I want to make sure that I'm evolving, that Miles is evolving, and that we're always evolving as a couple. Like I think no matter what happens, this is going to be a year of change, whether it's personally or just like circumstantially. And I'm proud to say that I'm in a place that doesn't feel overwhelming, that actually feels exciting. I've just been working. It's been a little bit of a crazy work day, I won't lie. But my team sent me a little treat. Look at how cute this box is, first of all. This is from Levion Bakery. Oh my God. Look at that cookie. It's technically lunchtime, but I might just go for it and take a bite of one of these right now because you know what, why not? These look too good. Oh my God. This is one of the best cookies I've literally ever had. These are absolutely incredible. I'm definitely gonna keep this box. This is a 10 out of 10 and honestly, this is a birthday lunch if I've ever seen one. Ew, look what Miles did. We got a fruit tart. That is the king of birthdays right there. That's my type of birthday cake. Then we got cheese and fruit and wine. And ooh, we got a bath bomb. Thank you, Bubber.
Anytime. It looks like 82.
I'm 82 years old.
Yeah.
This fruit on top with the glaze.
Cheers to you.
It's been honestly one of the longest work days ever, which is very annoying, but here we are. We're at the end of the work day. Miles put together a nice little spread. We were thinking of going out to dinner, but then it was raining all day and I just got in very like rainy, cozy vibes. And honestly, all I want to do right now,
just chill. Yeah,
all I want to do right now is like take my makeup off, do some skincare. Maybe we can order food.
Yeah.
That sounds to me
birthday
like
order.
the perfect birthday. You guys, you gotta subscribe to me on my birthday. What are you doing if you're not subscribing to me on my birthday? I feel just in like very good spirits today. Like honestly, today has been like a very like average day in my life. Like nothing that crazy is going on. And honestly, some annoying stuff has happened today, like work-wise and just life-wise. But I'm just in such like good spirits regardless. And that's what I want to keep going into this year. Obviously this is one day. Like I'm not trying to get ahead of myself and say this is the mood I'm gonna be like for this whole year. Do you hear all those sirens? As I'm sitting here saying I'm in good spirits, like literally all of LA is like exploding. But I really want to try to not let the world and my environment affect my mood as much. I am so susceptible to that because like at the end of the day I am just like a sensitive gal, and everyone makes the like I'm an empath jokes, but like I feel like I really am, and I feel like I really do like feed off the emotions of my environment and get affected by my environment a lot. And that obviously can just like send me for kind of a tailspin if my environment is not like perfect. But last year I was giving myself a lot of grace and I was being very understanding with myself. And this year I just really want to work towards being very understanding towards like what's going on around me. And I really want to try and let things like roll off my back more. So although this is just one day, and of course I'm in a good mood because it's my birthday, I really just want to try and keep this going. Like I kind of want to let how I feel about myself and how I feel about my own life guide my mood versus like what's going on with everyone else and just like the chaoticness of life. So we ordered some food. It's nice, just like cozy rainy vibes. I'm gonna do some skincare and I'm just honestly gonna have like the coziest night ever. So it is a few days later, it's Friday now. The work week, it got away from me, I won't lie. It ended up being a very busy work week. I was on set for a portion of the week, so it's just a little bit chaotic. And then last night, Miles and I had our little anniversary celebration. We stayed home, we cooked, we used our grill for the first time, which was really fun. It's a learning curve, but it was really fun. And now I'm just getting ready for my birthday celebration with my friends. We're going to dinner tonight. We're going to one of our favorite spots. It's called Bakari. It's the Playa del Rey location, and it's such a good spot, such good food, but it also has a lot of like sentimental value because Miles and I went there very early on in our relationship. Miles used to live around there, so just kind of that whole area and the restaurants, just good vibes, very nostalgic. Okay, time for hair. Now obviously, as I've told you, I have a lot of like personality goals for 28, but I also have one superficial goal, and it's to get better at doing my hair. My hair is always an afterthought for me. Normally I just straighten it, leave it at that, but I think this is the year that I graduate from having like one or two tricks to like a few in my arsenal with my hair, you know? So tonight I'm gonna attempt like a nice wave. See, like this is why I just end up straightening my hair, because my hair naturally is crescent and it's a whole lot of effort to get it to be wavy but like uniform and nice, you know what I mean? So I just need lip gloss. Bada bing, bada boom. So every year for my birthday, as I get like older and older, and I'm not saying that I'm old, but like just with each year that passes, I always end up wanting to do something more and more and more chill. Like a few years ago, I just did a bonfire with friends where we sat on the beach, we chilled, we drank. Last year, I wanted just some like good, wholesome fun. We went to Dave & Buster's. And this year I wanted the same chill vibes. All the plan is just like a nice long dinner. Long dinners are something that I've come to appreciate throughout my life because my parents love long dinners. Like whenever I went on vacation growing up, always the main event was the dinners, and whether they started early, whether they started late, we would find a way to make that like a 3-hour event, and that was our event for the night, was dinner. Even day to day growing up, like daily dinner time was always something that was very respected in my family. We didn't have 3-hour dinners every night just like at home, but it was a very respected time. And so I've just come to love a nice long dinner where you drink a few glasses of wine and where you have time to have like good conversation, because it does take a little time, even around a dinner table, for things to open up and for the conversation to get flowing. Like only in a longer kind of prolonged dinner do you end up having those like really good chats. So that's what the plan is tonight. The only plan is to just have a nice long dinner, and I'm literally just leaving it at that. I feel like in years past I've felt pressure to be like, oh, we could do a bonfire and then we'll see how it goes, maybe we can go out, or we'll go to Dave & Buster's and we'll see how the night goes, maybe we'll go to bars after. Like I've always felt a lot of pressure to turn it into a going out kind of event because that's like cooler, you know what I mean? Like for people's birthdays, people want to go out, people want to party. And I feel like this year, like I was saying earlier in this video, I just want to lead with confidence and be like, no, this is what I like. This is what I want to do. I want to have a nice long dinner, and that's it. So yeah, that's it. That's the plan. We're going to be a group of 9, so it's just going to be like a nice, good vibe. All of my close friends in LA. And yeah, it's time to like formally, socially ring in my 28th year. Okay, we're literally about to leave, but did I just have an entire outfit change? Yes, I did. It wouldn't be a birthday without a freak out about your outfit, you know? So this is what I'm going with, full new outfit. Was that in this vlog that we went to the mall? I've been filming for a very long time for this video, you guys, but I've got my new Zara little sweater top thing. I'm literally standing on my coffee table for this outfit check. But then I've got my new Good American jeans. We got them tailored, so nice and short now. Well, not short, but you know, the appropriate length. And yeah, I'm liking these vibes better. Okay, here we go.